Pues ya estamos aquí de nuevo, ya preparados para el partidazo que se va a disputar a las 2 del mediodía, 17 minutos de chatos, porque habíamos dejado en el punto en que los jugadores del Real Club Deportivo Mallorca salían en el terreno de juego. Vamos ahora a conectar en el terreno de juego con Damián. Damián, los protagonistas por parte de Yago Barrasate ya están en el terreno de juego. ¿Cómo los ha recibido la gente que está llenando a poco Somos? Bueno, pues parece que no tenemos a Damián. Hay algunos problemillas técnicos que lo vamos a ir solucionando. Bueno, Sandro, partidazo que en nada va a arrancar. No sé cómo
está saliendo hasta el sol.
Está saliendo hasta el sol. Es verdad que hace un día un poco hace un poco de frío. Nosotros estamos aquí con la chaqueta puesta.
Sí, pero con el solecito, esta nueva ropa de limones para calentar, ¿sabes? Eso, al final se va alineando todo para que hoy podamos narrar una nueva victoria del conjunto de Yago Barrasate, de nuestro Mallorca, que los 3 puntos sigan quedándose en casa. Sería la segunda victoria en casa consecutiva y además auparía al equipo, ¿no?, en la clasificación, metería distancia frente a la zona de descenso y nos permitiría, ¿no?, afrontar sobre todo los siguientes partidos, los que nos vienen ahora, los rivales directos, en una mayor y más cómodamente, ¿no?, a nivel clasificatorio.
Bueno, dicho esto, hay que hablar porque los datos del Mallorca en tema de goles, 5 goles los ha marcado como local, 8 los ha marcado como visitante, ¿vale? De los 13 goles a favor que lleva el conjunto de Yago Barrasate, lo hemos dicho, 5 como local, 8 como visitante. El Mallorca, tiros a puerta totales, en lo que llevamos de liga lleva realizados 107 y de esos 107, 49 entre los 3 palos.
Vale.
Ha recibido 20 goles, de los 20 goles que ha recibido el conjunto de Yago Barrasate, 16 son dentro del área y 4 fuera de ella. 186 tiros a puerta recibidos en contra y 66 entre los 3 palos. Sandro, primero de todo, que quiero preguntar.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to today's live stream. I'm going to be your host for today's kickoff. My name is Daniel Armstrong, and thank you so much for joining us here on the YouTube Play Red channel. We have a very exciting kickoff coming up very soon. We're just about 15 minutes away from the start of the match, and today we have Rayo Majadahonda facing up against Osasuna, a very interesting match, and to say the least a very equal one, a very important one for both of these sides, as both of them are pretty much sitting head to head on the table. Both of these teams just beside each other, pretty much at the bottom of the table, so both of them really desperately in need of those 3 points. So we're gonna dive right into that right now and talk about all the stats that we have to talk about. But before we do that, make sure you subscribe here to the YouTube Play Red Live channel. We're trying to grow the channel every day, every week out. We're here live streaming every match, so make sure to tune in to the YouTube Play Red Lives. We have them in English, Spanish, and for all the viewers worldwide. So make sure to subscribe, make sure to follow us on all our socials, and let's get right into this now. Last time out for Rayo Majadahonda, that's the first thing we're going to talk about here, is we don't have a lot of time to talk about too many things as we're not too far from kickoff. But last time out for Rayo Majadahonda, they did face Villarreal away at the Estadio de la Cerámica, where Gerard Moreno did take the lead very early on for Villarreal, but it was just 2 minutes after where Samu Costa got the equalizer in the 8th minute for Rayo Majadahonda. Unfortunately, Villarreal did manage to score the winner in the 83rd minute to win the match 2-1, keeping the 3 points at home. But definitely not a bad result for Rayo Majadahonda. I think it was a brilliant performance. I think the players should be very happy with their performance. The fans should be happy with the performance last week out, 2-1 against a very tough Villarreal that's sitting around 3rd, 4th place at the minute. At a stadium like that, I think it's a very good result for Rayo Majadahonda, and the response right after going down, just 2 minutes after getting the equalizer, it's a good result for Rayo Majadahonda. It's a shame they couldn't get a point at all from the result But again, it was still a very good performance. I think Rayo Majadahonda should be very happy with that performance, and I think it should give them a lot of confidence for facing one of the weaker sides in the LaLiga table out there today, Osasuna, who've really been struggling in form recently and have really been struggling to score goals. So I think it's a match that Rayo Majadahonda are really going to be eager to win and to get those 3 points. And let's just take a look at a recent form from both of these sides. So Rayo Majadahonda have won 2 out of their last 5 matches, and Osasuna have won 0 out of their last 5 matches. So Osasuna haven't won any of their last 5, and Rayo Majadahonda have won 2 out of the last 5, also drawing 1. So again, you can really see how Osasuna, they did start off the league decently. They definitely had a better start than Rayo Majadahonda, but they've really managed to drop in form, whereas for Rayo Majadahonda, I feel like it's been the opposite. I feel like they've started to get better, they've started to look a lot better. So a win out here today for Rayo Majadahonda is something that they're really going to want to get those 3 points. It's something that they really need to start racking up the points. They've been starting to put in better performances. They've had highs and lows this season. They've dealt with injuries, losing our main goalkeeper, but today is the day where Rayo Majadahonda need to get 3 points to keep the La Liga dream alive. Now, Rayo Majadahonda have really had some last 2 to 3 years have been very good. They've been historical, you could almost say, for Rayo Majadahonda of how well it's been going. And this season it's just been the poorest start, unfortunately, for them. And Rayo Majadahonda, they're definitely not a team that belong in second division. They're definitely not a team that should be getting relegated. So again, Rayo Majadahonda, they really need to get those 3 points out here today to prove that they do belong here and to prove that they are evolving as a team. Now, let's check out the last time out for Osasuna and their last result. So last time out, they did face Real Sociedad away at the at home for them at the El Sadar Stadium, where the home side Osasuna started off the match leading 1-0, but unfortunately for them, it was shortly after in the second half where the visiting side Real Sociedad did manage to score 3 goals to secure the 3 points and win the match 1-3. So a bit of a heavy loss there for Osasuna, winning 1-0. Ending the first half at their own ground, winning, and going into the second half and conceding 3 goals to Real Sociedad, who are also a bit of a weaker side this season in the La Liga table. A bit of a tough loss out there last time for Osasuna, and one they'll definitely want to forget. Whereas, Rayo Majadahonda, they are coming from a loss, but I think they are coming from a brilliant performance. I think there's a bit of a difference there. And I think when it comes to confidence, I think Rayo Majadahonda is definitely going to have the confidence over Osasuna, but it comes down to performance. Confidence is a very important part, but so is the performance. They really need to put in a good display out there today, or they just might not get those 3 points or a point up against this Osasuna side, despite their recent form and how poor they have been. Now, let's take a look at the table from both of these sides and what 3 points would mean to them out here today. So, Rayo Majadahonda are currently sitting at 60 with 12 points on the table, meaning they've drawn 3 matches, they've won 3 matches, and they've lost 7 matches. Definitely not the start of the season that Rayo Majadahonda have been wanting, especially, looking at last season that they ended at 10th place. Almost getting that Conference League spot, it all just went so well. And then starting off this season like this, it's definitely been the poor performance they didn't want. But either way, what's done is done now. All they can do now is get their heads back focused and back on track. So they have to do that out here today. And for Osasuna, they're currently sitting at 17th place with 8 points on the table, meaning they've won 3. They've drawn 2 and they've lost 8. So not too different at all from Rayo Majadahonda. As a matter of fact, they're sitting... Sorry, they don't have 8 points on the table. They have 11 points on the table. They're sitting just 1 point below Rayo Majadahonda. So again, both of these sides are very equal. Rayo Majadahonda at 16th place and Osasuna at 17th place. Both of these teams just that close away from relegation, so they really need to watch out, And whichever one of these two sides does get the 3 points today could take a bit of a gap on the other team. So again, it's a super important match for both of these sides. They'll both really want those 3 points. And I think Rayo Majadahonda definitely have the upper hand in this one, so they should be getting the win out here today. Now, let's take a look at the last time that these two sides did face each other. And that was all the way back out in February 2025. Also played here at the San Mamés Stadium, where Muriqi took the lead quite late on for Rayo Majadahonda, scoring in the 81st minute from the penalty spot. But unfortunately for Rayo Majadahonda, it was just seconds before the full-time whistle where Osasuna managed to get the equalizer and to take home a point for their side, ending the match at 1-1, ending it all square. So a draw last time out here at the San Mamés Stadium, the last time these two sides did face each other, and it did end 1-1. So a bit of a tight result. But as I always say, those were two completely different sides. Back in those times, in February 2025, Rayo Majadahonda were starting the second half of the season. The first half of the season went brilliant for them, but then the second half was an absolute nightmare. It went all wrong. And for Osasuna, I feel like it was a bit of the other way around. It was going very well for them. They still did at 1-1 here. So again, I think Osasuna, when they do come here, they do struggle a little bit at this stadium. I think they have a record of struggling a little bit at this stadium. So I really am confident for Rayo Majadahonda out here today. I think they have most of the upper hand and they should be getting the victory. So let's just see if they can put in the performance that we do need out here today. We do have a very strong lineup, and we have some players that have been, I will say, in absolute brilliant form. So it's just a shame we're not getting better results than we should be getting. And we're going to take a look at the lineup out here now. Let's just check out the Rayo Majadahonda lineup first, and then we'll go over the Osasuna lineup. So, in net, as always, well, not as always recently, we have Bergstrom, usually the second choice goalkeeper for Rayo Majadahonda, as Leo Roman, the first goalkeeper, went out injured, and will probably be out till late December, a big loss, I will say, for Rayo Majadahonda. He's a very important keeper. We've seen him make some brilliant performances. And for Bergstrom, who just got signed this summer from Chelsea, a lot of pressure on his shoulders to now put in the brilliant performance and take up, and be the main man in net for Rayo Majadahonda. Just like that, all of a sudden, it's got to be a lot of pressure on him. But so far, he has been decent. Hopefully, he can put in a good performance out here today. And again, he's taken over Leo Roman's place, who's been absolutely brilliant. So I think there's a lot of pressure on that keeper out here today. Now, looking at the two centre-backs, as always, the same as usual, we have Antonio Rayo and Martin Valgent. At the left-back, we have Johan Mojica, who's been, again, just absolute brilliant start for him this season. He's already got 3 assists to his name. So a left-back, the Colombian left-back, who's been absolutely dangerous running up that left wing. And then at the right-back, we have Pablo Maffeo, who again has been putting in some decent performances out there this season. Also, another player has been good. At the centre defensive mids, we have Omar Mascarell and Samu Costa. Samu Costa actually scoring 2 goals in his last 2 matches. He's been absolutely brilliant, Samu Costa, recently for Rayo Majadahonda, and he's another player who's just in top form for this club. Then centre attacking mid, we have pretty much as always is Sergi Darder. At the left wing, we have Jan Virgili, another player who's been brilliant, 2 assists to his name this season. At the right wing, we have Mateo Joseph, and he's got 2 goals and 2 assists. So again, these players, they have the stats, they are performing, they are playing really good recently. And then up front, as always, the Pirates, the man himself, it's Vedat Muriqi, who's currently the maximum goal scorer for Rayo Majadahonda with 6 goals to his name this season. A man who's in brilliant form, a man who's been scoring for Rayo Majadahonda in and out, week in, week out, and not only for Rayo Majadahonda, also for his international team Kosovo. So again, we have a lot of dangerous players in that Rayo Majadahonda squad who are currently in brilliant form, not something that we usually see that often. We don't usually see some of these Rayo Majadahonda players kind of shining in brilliant form the way they are right now. So again, it's just another reason for Real Madrid to be really confident out there today. And then if we look at the Osasuna lineup, in net we have Herrera, who's actually a brilliant goalkeeper. I will say, you know, Sergio Herrera, he's actually ranked number 3 in saves per match in the LaLiga division. So he averages about 3.8 saves per match. Brilliant stat there from him. A tough goalkeeper to get past. At the centre backs, we have Boyomo and Errando. Boyomo, who actually scored last time out against Rayo Majadahonda here at the San Mamés Stadium. At the left back, we have Bretomes, and at the right back, we have Osambela. Looking at the 3 centre mids, we have Oroz, Toro, and Moncayola. And then up front, on the left wing, we have Muñoz. For striker, we have Budimir, who's the maximum goal scorer for Osasuna this season with 4 goals to his name. And on the right wing, we have Garcia. So those are the lineups for both of these sides. We're just about getting on the way out here today at the San Mamés Stadium. There's about 2 minutes left before kickoff. We have the players all lined up, all ready to go out here in the tunnels. And again, I think Osasuna are really going to be feeling the pressure, and I think Real Madrid should feel at least a little bit more relaxed. But they know that they desperately have to get those 3 points out here today, and there's just no room for any slip-ups, no room for not getting the victory out here today. And now we have the players walking out of the tunnel in to the pitch. And we have Real Madrid in the red and Osasuna in the dark blue. And I'm feeling a bit anxious for this match because, again, it's just a result that Rayo Majadahonda really, really need. So I am feeling quite anxious, quite nervous. And I think most Rayo Majadahonda fans will be feeling the same as me. Again, as a win here today, it's just a must. And again, quite the crowd out here today for Real Mallorca, facing up against Osasuna. And again, on a Saturday at 2 p.m, you would expect quite a few people. You'd expect a decent crowd, I will say. And of course, Jacob Arrasate facing up against an ex-team of his, as he did used to manage Osasuna, I believe, before he came here to Real Mallorca. So it's a team that he does have a special place for. And the captain for Osasuna is Sergio Herrera, the man between the sticks, the goalkeeper. And of course for Real Madrid, same as always, it's Antonio Rayo. And they are doing, just before kickoff, an honor prize for an absolute legend here on the Mallorca island. Most of you will know of him. Most of you probably have heard of him, especially if you like tennis. It's Rafa Nadal, who's getting an honor medal out here today at the San Mamés Stadium. And they are doing a little bit of a tribute for him here before kickoff. Again, as he's such an influence out here in Palma de Mallorca, everything he's done for the island and everything he's done in the world of tennis. what a person and what an athlete. So he picks up his trophy out here. Rafa Nadal, a legend in the tennis game. And the ball's in the middle of the pitch. And we're waiting for the referee to blow his whistle. Osasuna looking ready for kickoff. Rayo Majadahonda also looking ready for kickoff. Not quite sure why we've not kicked off yet. Rayo Majadahonda is going to kick off the match. And now the referee blows his whistle. And the match starts here at the San Mas Stadium. Start the 90th minute timer. And here we go. Out here today at the San Mas Stadium. Rayo Majadahonda up against Osasuna. Hopefully we're in for a good one. And hopefully we're in for a great result for Rayo Majadahonda. Of course, we have that Muriqi up front, the man who's been in brilliant form for Rayo Majadahonda. And he's got 6 goals to his name this season. He's a player who's been very dangerous, to say the least, for this Rayo Majadahonda side. I'm very excited to see if that Muriqi can help push the team on forward out here today. Budimir, also another player to watch out for, as he can create quite a lot of danger for that Osasuna side. Now trying to play up forward. Osasuna looking for Garcia. They do manage to find him, and Garcia's going to try and put in the cross, but it's blocked by Antonio Raillo. The ball goes out already so early on, first minute in, and we've got a corner kick. And Kumbuya finally back and available for Rayo Majadahonda after he's been out for quite some weeks injured. The player who came this season on loan to Rayo Majadahonda from Roma FC. And he got injured, unfortunately, but now he's finally back and available. He's on the bench out here today. But I don't think we'll see many minutes for him, as they won't want to risk him getting hurt again. Now, Osasuna putting in the cross into the second post. Mateo Joseph just clearing it, and Osasuna are going to play that all the way back to Sergio Herrera, the man between the sticks, who again, as I did mention, is ranked he's got the 3rd spot for the most saves in the LaLiga division. It's an impressive stat, I will say. So far, both of these sides starting off quite intense. Here's Mojica into Rayo. Rayo back to Mojica. Mojica just looking for Muriqi there. A bit too much power on that pass. And it goes out for a goal kick. Pablo Torre, another very important name we also have on the bench out there today for Rayo Majadahonda, a player who started off the season so brilliantly, but recently he's just been lacking quite a lot of playing minutes. He's not getting as much time as he did at the start of the season. For me, he's been a brilliant signing and a brilliant player, but he's not getting as minutes maybe as he thought he would. Now Muriqi commits the foul in the end. So the ball is going to go back to Osasuna, and they're just going to hold the possession. Here's Boyomo. Boyomo into Moncayola. Moncayola tries playing it forward, but Johan Mojica intercepting the pass. So now Rayo Majadahonda have possession once again. Samu Costa sitting quite deep, helping the team push out forward. As I definitely think this Osasuna side, usually defensively they are a better side, but they have been conceding quite a high amount of goals in recent form. They've also been struggling to score. And usually I would class Rayo Majadahonda a better defensive side. But at the start of the season it's been poor. They have been getting a lot better now. But at the start it was, I just think, a bit poor from Rayo Majadahonda. There's Daniel Rodriguez again, watching his team play on forward, as he's still not been brought back into the squad due to personal reasons, as he had quite a few arguments with some players and the manager, so he's no longer included in the squad. We're not quite sure when he'll be back. So now Bergstrom into Antonio Rayo. Rayo out wide to Mojica. Mojica playing a long ball into Jan Virgili. And Sergio Herrera comes out and clears the ball before Jan Virgili can get there. So it's going to be a throw-in for Rayo Majadahonda. And it was a lovely ball there by Johan Mojica. Mojica taking the throw-in. Lovely little flick there from Mojica into Jan Virgili. He just didn't expect it. Goes out again for another throw-in. And again, Mojica is a player who's just been in brilliant form so far this season. And he can be very dangerous. I think offensively is definitely his strongest suit. But I think defensively, sometimes he can lack in the defensive area. Trying to take it down the left wing. Garcia, but Pablo Maffeo defended it well. Bergstrom just clearing the ball there, not taking any chances. Now Boyomo playing it into Errando. Here's Bretones. And Bretones just trying to take it past Pablo Maffeo there. It does go out for a throw-in for Osasuna. They take it quickly. And so far, first 8 minutes in here, and none of these sides have had a chance yet. A shot on or off target. We're still waiting for the first chance of the match. Here's Gianvirgili into Derder. Samu Costa back to Derder. Sergi Derder playing it to Rayo. Rayo into Martin Valgent. Here's Muriqi. He just gets taken down there from behind. It's going to be a free kick for Real Mallorca. Just gets taken down there by Errando. There's the flick there again from Johan Mojica. It's a lovely little flick. I just think Gianvirgili doesn't expect it. But it's a good play. It's a positive start so far for Real Mallorca. So now Sergi Derder into Mojica. And they didn't decide to cross it in there, Ramaka, on that free kick. They just played it back. Maybe deciding not to rush it forward. They are taking their time. They're not pushing too much. Good play there from Gianvirgili. Back to Mojica. They're just holding it back on that defensive line. Here's Martin Valgent. Back to Bergstrom. Bergstrom's going to look for Mateo Joseph. He does find him. He plays it back to Maffeo. Maffeo trying to play it forward. Goes out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for Real Mallorca. And none of these sides really look comfortable on the ball yet. Good play here from Mateo Joseph into Samu Costa. Now the ball almost falls perfectly there to Gianvirgili. Real Mallorca do get the throw in. Now Omar Mascaré just looking for someone to help him out. Mojica taking the throw in quickly. A very quiet start so far in these first 12 minutes. Again, we've still not had a chance from either of these sides. And dangerous pass there from Mojica into Virgili that Osasuna did manage to cut out. Now breaking forward, Osasuna taking the shot off. Blocked by Antonio Raillo. As the shot did look like it was going on target there by Oroz. But a good block by Rayo. Now Sergi Derder skipping past his man. What ball into Gianvirgili. He's going to play it back into Derder. Derder is going to switch it into Pablo Maffeo. Now Maffeo to Samu Costa. Samu Costa back to Pablo Maffeo. Pablo Maffeo is going to put in the cross. The cross is cleared, but Mojica picks up the rebound. Good ball into Omar Mascaré. He's driving forward. Omar Mascaré trying to put in the cross. But it goes into the hands of Sergio Herrera. And a good build-up play there from Real Mallorca. Lovely little play there by Sergi Derder. Skip past his man. And he is good in those type of situations. In those little 1v1s. He is a very good player. Now here's Osasuna. Munoz playing it forward. Orthol looking for Bedimir there, couldn't quite find him. Here's Mojica into Gianvirgili. Gianvirgili just thought that Mojica was going to make the run there. And it goes all the way to Sergio Herrera. Now Boyomo. Boyomo back to Sergio Herrera. Sergio Herrera is going to play up forward. The pass is cut out by Samu Costa, but Osasuna still pick up the rebound. Now Osasuna trying to play it forward, but dangerously cut out by Sergi Derder. Rayo Majadahonda might have a chance now. Here's Gianvirgili driving forward. He's surrounded by players. Passing it to Mojica, who puts in the cross. It's cleared. And the clearance isn't good enough again from Osasuna. Here's Mojica into Muriqi. Back to Mojica. Mojica playing it back to Omar. And now Rayo Majadahonda restart the play as they take it all the way back to the center backs. Now they're there. Playing it into Omar. Omar to Gianvirgili. Back to Omar Mascarey. Here's Johan. And Johan Mojica just miscalculates his touch and it goes out for throw-in for Osasuna. Now Osasuna, Boyomo playing it forward himself. Here's Munoz into Toro. Toro plays it back. It's Boyomo again. Boyomo into Toro. And Moncayola playing a lovely ball. Osasuna trying to drive it forward, but the block is crossed and it falls into the hands of Bergstrong. Risky clearance there from Antonio Rayo. Could have been dangerous. Now Rayo into Mojica. Here's Rayo again. Into Omar. Martin Valgent. Here's Pablo Maffeo. Maffeo. They take it all the way back again to Rayo. Again, Rayo, they just really aren't rushing forward in this match. They're taking their time to play it forward, just keeping that possession, keeping the control. And Sergi Derder, he just thought Pablo Maffeo would make the run there, and they misunderstood each other. Osasuna, they do clear it, and it's good pressure from Mateo Joseph, so it's going to be a throw-in for Osasuna. Mateo Joseph just chasing the ball down. And the deflection goes out, and it's going to be a goal kick for Osasuna. Again, none of these teams have had a shot yet. 18 minutes in, And no shots from either of these sides. And now Osasuna, good build-up play to play it down that left-hand side. Martin Baljan gets there, cuts out the pass. It's going to be a throw-in for Osasuna. Now Bretones is going to take the throw-in for Osasuna. Bretones taking the throw in. The shot gets taken off by Osasuna. Goes massively wide. Moncayola just attempting the volley from outside of the box. And that's the first shot of the match. And it's by Osasuna. But we're still yet to have a shot on target. Now Real Mallorca just playing it into Sergi Darder, who claims to have gotten fouled there. Muriqi claims the free kick in the end. He's just getting dragged back there. As you can see, they take it quickly. Real Mallorca. Good ball there from Muriqi into Jan Virgili. Here's Jan Virgili. Plays it to Darder. Darder putting in the cross. Osasuna clearing it. Good pressure here from Real Mallorca to get the ball back. It's Muriqi who tries playing it into Jan Virgili, but the pass was cut out. What a dangerous chance that was there for Real Mallorca. Good tackle from Omar Mascarell to get the ball back. And now here's Mojica, who does well to skip past his man. Now Mojica into Jan Virgili, back to Mojica. Here's Omar. Sergi Darder playing it into Maffeo. Here's Maffeo taking it himself. Can he make anything from this? It goes out of bounds and the deflection results in a goal kick in the end. So not much has come from that. We've not had so far much danger created really from either sides. I think we've had a bit more from Real Mallorca. But again, Rayo Majadahonda, they haven't created too much danger, but they are defending very, very well. They're very composed at the minute. And if they keep this up, they will get a chance eventually to take the lead. But so far it is a very equal match, I'd say. And now Osasuna with the throw-in. Here's Boyomo. And Boyomo's going to take it forward himself. Boyomo just looking for Budimir. Can't quite find him. Now Rayo gets taken down there. Rayo is just a bit slow to react. Luckily Real Majorca do get it back. And Samuel Costa gets taken down. And Garcia just committing the foul. Could have been dangerous. So Real Majorca with the free kick in their own half of the pitch. And they are being patient so far, Real Majorca. Again, just not rushing it forward. They have created one or two good build-up plays, but they've not created much danger at all. They are being patient. But if they keep this up, then they will get a chance eventually. Now Osasuna in possession. Now here's Mojica, he plays into Omar. Omar trying to play it forward and just another missed pass there by Real Majorca. Lacking a bit so far when it comes to the passing in these last few minutes, Real Majorca. It's going to be a throw-in for Real Majorca. Good pressure by Johan Mojica. And Victor Munoz just claims to have been fouled there. Don't think there's much on that. The rebound goes out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for Real Majorca. And again, 26 minutes in here now and still not a shot for Real Majorca and only one for Osasuna. They end up committing the foul. Real Majorca. Omar Masquerade just commits the foul. It looks like there was also a previous one on Jan Virgili, but the referee didn't award it. By the looks of it, Osasuna are going to put in the cross from quite far, almost in their own half of the pitch. And they end up doing a practice play. Trying to put in the cross, it's blocked by Mojica. And it ends up being a foul on Mateo Joseph. So now Real Majorca can play from at the back. Just gets taken down there maybe a little bit from behind. And again, it's been a very quiet first half so far. We've not had much from either of these sides. Now Bergstrom taking the goal kick. Playing up forward. Osasuna trying to play it down that right wing. Antonio Rayo gets there first. He plays into Bergstrom, who just kicks up forward again. And it falls to Muriqi. He flicks on to Mateo Joseph, who tries driving forward. They end up committing the foul. I'm not quite sure what happened. The referee ran over to Sergi Darder. Let's take a look at the replay. Not quite sure what happened. Muriqi flicks on there to Mateo Joseph, who takes it forward. Just looks like he gets fouled here by Boyomo. And he did award the free kick, but I just think the Rayo Majadahonda players were claiming a yellow card, but I don't think there's much on that. So now Sergi Darder putting in the cross. Rayo trying to head in forward. The ball goes out of play. It's going to be a corner kick for Rayo Majadahonda. Their first corner of the match. And they take it very quickly. It was actually a throw-in in the end. It wasn't a corner. And they took it quickly. So now playing into Mojica, who heads on forward but doesn't quite find anybody. It goes out of play again for Rayo Majadahonda. Here's Rayo into Valiant. Martin Valiant to Rayo again into Mojica. Mojica tries playing it forward and loses it in quite a dangerous position. Now Osasuna down the right wing. Very well defended by Mojica, but they do end up awarding a corner kick. Mojica obviously very upset with the decision. Take a look at the replay here. It does look like it was Garcia who kicked it out. The referee ended up awarding the goal kick in the end. But he wasn't happy with the linesman. Now you can see everyone's just disagreeing with everyone. Moriki heads it on forward. Can't quite get there on time. Mateo Joseph. So it's going to be a throw-in for Osasuna. And now Samu Costa trying to win it back. Osasuna end up keeping it, switching it down this left-hand side. Here's Garcia. Osasuna end up losing it as Mateo Joseph gets the ball back for Rayo Majadahonda. And they end up kicking up forward looking for Moriki, but they can't quite find him. So the ball goes all the way back to Sergio Herrera. Now very good play there from Martin Valiant to get the ball back for Rayo Majadahonda. It's very good press. Pablo Maffeo into Moriki. Moriki getting pressed by Osasuna. He ends up getting the foul. And they take it quickly. It's Mojica who plays a lovely ball into Jan Virgili. Down the left hand side, here's Jan Virgili. He cuts in, takes it to Samu Costa, who gets the shot off. And what a shot that was there from Samu Costa, but it just goes a bit over that crossbar. And a very good play from Mojica and Jan Virgili. Look at that ball there from Mojica. Then Jan Virgili does well to cut in. He gives the pass to Samu Costa, who has all the time in the world, but he just curls it. You can see his intention there. It's a good shot. And the first shot for Rayo Majadahonda 33 minutes in. And I know they're trying to take it slow and build up play, but I mean, one shot in 33 minutes at home when they're favourites to win. Maybe they should be putting a bit more on. So now Osasuna have the throw in their own half of the pitch. Taking the throw in. Maffeo heading it forward. Samu goes down to Muriqi. Osasuna clearing it. Falls to Mojica. He plays it back to Bergstrom. Bergstrom kicking up forward, looking for Gianvirgili. He does get a head on it. But Osasuna end up keeping it. Good play here from Osasuna to break forward. Maffeo ends up committing the foul. So it's going to be a free kick for Osasuna. Just commits the foul there, as you can see. I just think maybe Rayo Majorca, I mean, I understand that they want to do a patient build-up play as they are playing at home and they want to keep possession, but I just think they need to put a bit more on offensively. I think they're holding back a bit too much. So now Osasuna with the free kick. Again, quite far out. Putting in the cross, and it goes right out for a goal kick. Poor cross there from Garcia. So now Rayo Majorca take the goal kick quickly. And it's Mojica who has it. Mojica kicking up forward again, looking for Muriqi. They can never seem to find him. There's always just too much power on those passes. And now Osasuna breaking forward. It's a good play here from Osasuna down this right wing. It's Moncayola. He tries putting in the cross. They do pick up the rebound on the edge of the box. Osasuna could have a chance. It's blocked. Another one for Osasuna. It's blocked again. Still driving forward here, Osasuna on this right wing. It's Munoz. He tries putting in the cross. It's cleared. Muriqi ends up clearing it. Moncayola. Taking it forward, trying to put in the cross, but nothing comes from it. And playing it into Muriqi, who gets taken down. The referee awards the free kick to Muriqi. And they just seem to be looking for Muriqi all the time. Sort of down the left wing, but he's not really that type of player, Muriqi, to make runs down the wing. So I just think they're making a bit of the wrong approach. So far in this first half, you know, you don't look for Muriqi to give him it down the wing and for him to make runs. He's just not that type of player, and he doesn't have that type of pace on him. Trying to play the through ball into Gianvirgili again. He didn't make the run. They just misunderstand each other. And how many times have we seen it so far in this first half? Trying to play it forward, but Mojica picks it up. So now here's Mojica. And he does well to skip past his man Mojica, but he ends up losing it. Now Osasuna taking the throw in quickly. Trying to put in the cross, it's blocked. And it's going to be a corner kick awarded here for Osasuna. 38 minutes in here now. And just look at that. Osasuna fans jumping and dancing like if they were winning. So now Osasuna to put in the corner kick. It's the second corner awarded for them in the match. Now putting in the corner. Nothing comes from it. Rolls out of bounds. It's going to be a goal kick for Rayo Mallorca. So now Bergstrong to take the goal kick for Rayo Mallorca. And we're just about to hit the 40th minute marker. And I think this is probably the quietest first half I think I have ever seen. It's been a very, very quiet one. We've not had really anything to talk about. And now Samuel Costa does well to get the ball back for Rayo Mallorca in a dangerous area. Here's Gianvirgili. He's going to try and put in the cross. It's cleared. Gianvirgili picks up the rebound. Can he make anything from this? He plays it into Sergi Darder, who just fails to skip past his man. Now Osasuna trying to break forward. Samuel Costa gets there first. And the free kick was awarded. Now they take it quickly, playing into Gianvirgili. He does very well, creating such danger down this left wing as Gianvirgili's taking it all the way. Gianvirgili! And he claims to have been taken down for the penalty. And now, what's going on here? Pablo Maffeo getting into a bit of a brawl by the looks of it with the goalkeeper. And everyone's just been awarded a yellow card there. I've seen so many yellow cards handed out. And now we're going to see what happened. The referee claims no penalty. And Gianvirgili did so well on that run. He just skipped past everyone, but then he just failed to get the shot off. Nah, there's not quite enough on that. And then you can just see Mateo Joseph and Pablo Maffeo. They get in a bit of a brawl there with the goalkeeper, Sergio Herrera. So a yellow card for Sergio Herrera, Mateo Joseph, Pablo Maffeo, and I'm not sure who else. And for Gianvirgili too. I'm not quite sure why Gianvirgili picked up the yellow card. Maybe the referee claimed for diving. I'm not quite sure. So now that's about 4 yellow cards or 3 handed out in about the space of a minute. And unfortunately, most of them for those Rayo Majorca players. Or I'm not quite sure who picked up a yellow card and who didn't. But we'll find out at halftime. Now playing it into Gianvirgili, who's created so far the most danger for Rayo Majorca. Here's Mojica. Mojica into Samuel Costa. Sergi Darder. Into Omar Mascarell. And Omar Mascarell again. Into Samuel Costa back. 43 minutes in here now, so just 2 minutes left to go, plus extra time, but I don't quite think there'll be much on extra time. Now Muriqi getting the ball back, he plays into Samuel Costa. Rayo Majorca can drive forward, he plays it into Pablo Maffeo. There's just not enough on that pass for Pablo Maffeo. So now, taking the corner kick here, Rayo Mallorca. They can't make anything from that. In the end, it ended up being just 2 yellow cards for Rayo Mallorca and 1 for Osasuna. Here's Martin Valgent into Mateo Joseph, who's on the left wing. He tries putting in the cross. There's not enough on it. Moriki goes up for the header. It falls to Martin Valgent, who gets the shot off. And it's a decent shot by Martin Valgent, just not enough power on it. What chance that was there for Rayo Mallorca. Now Jan Virgili picks it up. He tries driving forward. Osasuna do get the ball back. So now we're just about to hit the 45th minute marker. And Osasuna are driving forward. When quite a dangerous foul there committed on Antonio Raillo. And it's going to be another yellow card now for Osasuna. And the yellow card was handed to Bretones. He just committed quite a dangerous foul there on Antonio Raillo. Take a look here. It's not actually as bad as I thought, to be fair to him. And he is also checking on Antonio Raillo, so fair play to him. It wasn't actually that bad. But by the looks of it, the referee's going to blow for the halftime whistle any minute now, as we've hit the 46th minute marker. And there was only 1 minute added on. Hopefully Antonio Raillo will be okay. Again, it doesn't look like there was much on that. He is back up on his feet and he will be okay. And now the referee blows his halftime whistle. And again, a very, very quiet first half. Not bad, but just very quiet. I think we would have expected maybe a bit of a better first half, I reckon. These Rayo Majadahonda fans not happy by the looks of it, as I can hear quite a few of them booing. And not only that, you can just see it in the crowd that they're not really happy with the performance. And I mean, it's not been a brilliant first half, to be fair. I think it's actually been, it's not been bad, but it's really not been good. I think Rayo Majadahonda should be doing better. They haven't created much danger at all. They've not really had any chances. I believe they've had 2 shots. We're going to check the stats here now, but I believe they've only had 2 shots in the whole 45 minutes, and Osasuna have only had 1. So again, it's been a very, very quiet first half. And when it comes to actual chances created, they have had 1 or 2. But, Osasuna, they really have been weak in this first half, and I think Rayo Majadahonda should be doing better. They have held the possession, 65% possession for Rayo Majadahonda, which was probably their main goal, and they have managed to do that. But again, it's just not been not good enough, I think, from Rayo Mallorca. Osasuna have actually had a few shots. Most of them have been blocked. They've had 0 shots on target, and Rayo Mallorca have had 2 shots with only 1 on target, which was the chance from Martin Valgent just before the end of the first half. And I think really the only danger that's been coming from Rayo Mallorca is down that left wing between Mojica and especially Jan Virgili. And that's really it. I think the rest of the players maybe need to step up a little bit more. The defense has obviously been very, very solid. They're doing their job. But they also struggle a bit to play from at the back, as Osasuna are doing well at not letting them play from at the back. But I just think Rayo Mallorca in the second half, they need to go for the goal. I think they're kind of holding back a bit too much. I think they need to play a bit more offensive, and I think they can afford to do it. But, again, I'd expect a bit more from Rayo Mallorca, but obviously not a bad result, 0-0 at the end of the first half. Possession-wise, they have been dominating. I think they have dominated the match. It's not been heavily, though. It has been fairly equal, but I just think Rayo Mallorca have been a bit of the better side. Again, we have a lot to see in the second half. I think Rayo Mallorca need to do a lot more in this second half, especially if they want to get the 3 points, or if they want to get any points at all. And nothing really happened in that first half, only that a few players got in a little bit of a brawl, and Pablo Mateo Joseph picked up a yellow card and for Rayo Mallorca, and that's it. And then also Sergio Herrera also picked up the yellow card for Osasuna, and that's it. Anyways, we're going to go on a quick break, and we'll be back very shortly for the second half. Do not go anywhere, and we will see you very shortly. Again, we have a very important second half coming up. So again, a quick little break, and we'll be back very, very soon.
paisajes desde el metaverso. Sumergiros en un mar de realidad virtual. Hacer deporte con vuestros avatares. La inteligencia artificial predice vuestros gustos. De hecho, no tenéis que estar cerca para pasar tiempo juntos. Es maravilloso, ¿no os parece?
Ya somos el primer estadio residuo cero en España.
Lo hemos logrado, gracias a todos. Gracias, Precero.
Antonio, al lío. Bona feina, ben fet. No ha quedat tan malament. No.
Gracias a la tecnología podéis viajar a cualquier lugar sin salir de casa. Disfrutar de los mejores paisajes desde el metaverso. Sumergiros en un mar de realidad virtual. Hacer deporte con vuestros avatares. La inteligencia artificial predice vuestros gustos. De hecho, no tenéis que estar cerca para pasar tiempo juntos. Es maravilloso, ¿no os parece?
Ya somos el primer estadio residuo cero en España.
Lo hemos logrado, gracias a todos. Gracias, Precero.
Disfrutar de los mejores paisajes desde el metaverso. Sumergiros en un mar de realidad virtual. Hacer deporte con vuestros avatares. La inteligencia artificial predice vuestros gustos. De hecho, no tenéis que estar cerca para pasar tiempo juntos. Es maravilloso, ¿no os parece?
Ya somos el primer estadio residuo cero en España.
Lo hemos logrado, gracias a todos. Gracias, Precero.
And we're back after that quick break, ready to get going for the second half here at the Sanma Stadium. So far, a very quiet first half. Rayo Majadahonda 0 and Osasuna 0. So both of these teams still goalless so far. And we'll see if Rayo Majadahonda are capable of taking the lead in the second half, as we've had such a quiet first half. One of the quietest first halves I've ever seen. And I just think Rayo Majadahonda need to push a bit more on the offensive. And Osasuna, they've just been also very, very poor, I think. In the first half, they've been super quiet. They've not created much danger at all. But the same goes for Rayo Majadahonda. I think Rayo Majadahonda have been slightly better. I think they've created one or two more dangerous chances, and defensively, super solid. But they just need to push out a bit more. Here's Pablo Maffeo looking for Mateo Joseph. Samu Costa back to Martin Valgent, into Antonio Rayo. Rayo into Martin Valgent, back to Rayo. Here's Mojica. Maffeo into Gianvirgili back to Maffeo. Ends up going out of bounds. So now Osasuna have a throw-in. They finally have possession in the second half. Good defending again by Rayo. It's going to be a throw-in. So now Bretones to take the throw-in, who's on a yellow card. Bretones, he takes it into Oroz. Here's Oroz facing up against Pablo Maffeo. He plays into Bretones. Samu Costa with a leaping header. Pablo Maffeo clears it. Gianvirgili clears it. Ended up going out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in again for Osasuna. And look at Samu Costa there, putting his head on the line. And again, he's just been a player that's been in brilliant form recently for Rayo Majadahonda. So now Bretones puts the throw in. Bergstrom leaping up to get his hands on it, and he gets taken down. He just fell a bit rough there. He is back up on his feet and he will be okay. He's actually so tall. He's one of the tallest goalkeepers in the whole of all of Spanish category football leagues that there is. So now trying to play it forward. Samuel Costa picks up the rebound. He plays into Gianvirgili. Here's Gianvirgili. He tries putting in the cross, but the deflection goes right to Sergio Herrera. So now Omar Mascarell commits the foul on Eric Garcia. Osasuna to take the free kick. They take it quickly, play it in their own half of the pitch. Here's Osasuna. It's Pablo Maffeo defending up against Bretones. Bretones playing it back. Trying to put in the cross. Omar Mascarell gets there, but it goes out for a corner kick. Bergström couldn't get there on time to try and keep it in play. He just fell over there, Omar Mascarell, as he was trying to get the clearance on. So it's going to be a corner kick for Osasuna. Putting in the cross. Trying to put in the cross again, but it's deflected off of Sergi Derder, and it's going to be another corner kick for Osasuna. In these last few minutes, Osasuna are starting to just maybe take the possession back from Real Mallorca. And that's something that they don't want. It's Eric Garcia putting in the cross again. And a dangerous chance there for Osasuna. The ball was going so quick I could barely see it. But it was Errando who got a dangerous header there. There it is there. Just going wide off of that first post. It could have been dangerous. So now Samuel Costa brings the ball down and plays it to Rayo. Rayo into Mojica. Mojica back to Rayo. And Rameka just looking for a way. Here's Martin Valgent into Muriqi. Into Omar. Omar Mascarell playing it down the left hand side to Mojica. Mojica back to Omar. Good play from Muriqi, looking for Sergi Derder, but he gets taken down. And Rameka claimed for the foul. They were not happy with the referee's decision. Take a look at the replay here. Muriqi just plays it into Derder. Not quite sure if there's enough on that. I think maybe the referee made the right decision there. So now Osasuna trying to break forward. Martin Valgent defending well. And again, Osasuna are starting to up the rhythm. And Rameka really just need to watch their backs. Trying to put in the cross, but it goes over the crossbar. Poor cross there from Osamela. It's going to be a goal kick for Rayo Mallorca. And so far, Muriqi is not... It's not like him to not win any of these headers, but he's really struggling to win them in this matchup. They really do have him marked very well. Now Giambirigili trying to break forward. He can't make anything from that. Samu Costa gets it back. Osasuna get it back. Breaking down this right-hand side. It's Mojica defending. Putting in the cross early, but it goes right to Bergstrong. And he was claiming the foul there, Budimir from Pablo Maffeo. Wasn't quite enough on it. Here's Martin Valgent. Trying to play a long ball into Giambirigili, but it just falls short. Good tackle from Samu Costa, and how well has he been defending this match. Good turn there from Sergi Darder. Now Rayo Mallorca could break forward. Here's Muriqi. He plays out wide to Mojica. Mojica cuts in. He plays it to Mateo Joseph. He tries putting in the cross. The rebound falls back to him. It's Mojica. He puts in the cross into that second post. He can't make anything from that. And Sergi Darder, who gets the shot off! And the deflection almost falls to the back of the net. But a big save there from Sergi Herrera. What chance that was there. Just look at the deflection. He reacts very, very quickly, Sergi Herrera, to that. Good save. So now Pablo Maffeo. He ends up committing the foul, Pablo Maffeo. Just takes down Munoz there. And there's a good pass there from Mojica into Mateo Joseph. He just does the little Rabona. And he has been on brilliant form offensively, Mojica. And Rayo Mallorca just need to give it a little bit more offensively, and I think they can be close to taking the lead. But now Osasuna have a dangerous free kick, and they put it in. Bergstrom leaping up and gets his fists on it first. They try putting in the cross again, it's cleared. Now Mateo Joseph trying to clear the ball, but Osasuna do well to get it back. It's going to be a throw-in for Osasuna. So now Osasuna taking the throw-in quickly. Trying to put in the cross. It's cleared. Falls to Mojica, who tries playing it into Samu Costa. But just too much power on that pass. Rayo Mallorca end up clearing it. Muriqi tries bringing it down, and again he just fails to do that. And he's really been struggling this match to do so. Rayo Mallorca end up committing the foul. Martin Valgent just... And then Samu Costa comes in and commits the foul on Budimir. So now Osasuna again with another free kick. And he tries taking the shot from quite some distance. Pablo Maffeo does pick up the rebound. He tried playing it forward, but it goes out of bounds for a throw-in for Rayo Mallorca. Maffeo's on the ground here. Looks maybe a bit hurt. Just think he fell badly on his shoulder. He is back up on his feet. Hopefully he will be okay. The shoulder injuries, when you fall bad on them, they can tend to be quite bad. There's the chance again from Sergi Darder. Sergio Herrera just reacts so quickly. He does very well there. Lovely header from Samuel Costa for Gianbirigili, who's free on net. He might get through. He gets taken down. And it's going to be a penalty for Real Mallorca. And what a chance that was there for Gianbirigili. And he gets the penalty kick. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, there's Samuel Costa. He does so well to flick on there. Look at the pace on Gianbirigili. He just gets there on time. Boyomo, you can just see him. They're putting his hands on him, all over him. He gets taken down there. And I think it's the right choice from the referee. And again, what a header. A key header there from Samuel Costa. Of course, they are still checking it. But I think it is. And Boyomo even picks up the yellow card. So now, Real Mallorca potentially for a chance to take the lead from the penalty spot. And again, that header from Samuel Costa, the header to flick it for Gianbirigili to put him through, is absolutely key. And they're taking their time to take the penalty. I'm not quite sure what's happening. But Vedat Muriqi, the Pirate, is going to be stepping up to take the penalty. He's taken 3 penalties this season. He's scored 2 of them, and he has missed 1 of them. Can Vedat Muriqi take the lead for Real Mallorca in the 60th minute? Vedat Muriqi up against Sergio Herrera. It's Vedat Muriqi takes the penalty and he slots it into the back of the net. Vedat Muriqi with the goal, and Real Mallorca lead here 1-0 at the Son Moss Stadium, and celebrating in front of those fans. Vedat Muriqi puts the penalty away, making it his 7th goal of the season. And the rich form that Pirate is in, it can't get any better than this. So now Real Mallorca leading here. Again, there's the header from Samuel Costa. It's absolutely key to this play. You can just see Gianbirigili, he clocks onto it. Look at the pace on that young lad to get there on time. And then once he's through on goal, he just gets taken down. He gets the penalty. Lovely penalty there from Vedat Muriqi. Good penalty, good power on it. Scoring his 3rd penalty of the season and his 7th goal of the season. You'd never expect the Pirate to miss it, would you? That's 7 goals for him this season, and now Real Mallorca lead here at the Son Moss Stadium. And all of a sudden, it's absolutely alive. The ambience in here, you can hear the noise. All of a sudden, it's just absolutely brilliant from Real Mallorca. What play, and again, Samuel Costa, what a player, what a match he is having, and also Gianbirigili. I said it in the pre-matchup, these certain players have just been on brilliant form, and I just think that's what helps Mallorca push through in every game. But of course, you can't push out the fact that the defense has also been brilliant in this matchup. And the first half was very quiet, and even the second half was very quiet. But I just said if they kept on building up patiently, they would get one chance. And Samu Costa, he just keeps up the intensity throughout the whole match, and Giambirigili has been so alive as well. It's just brilliant from these players. So now Osasuna potentially with a chance on the edge of the box, taking the shot off. And a potentially dangerous chance there for Munoz. Just can't get the shot on target. And now, by the looks of it, Rayo Majadahonda are going to be making their first substitute of the match. Mateo Joseph is going to be coming off. And Antonio Sanchez will be coming on to replace him. And there he comes off. Mateo Joseph, Antonio Sanchez comes on to replace him. And he's had a bit of a quiet matchup so far, Mateo Joseph. He's been very quiet in this one. But so far this season, he has been very good. He does his part usually very well. He's got 2 assists and 2 goals this season. He's definitely been an important signing for Rayo Majadahonda. And now playing the ball into Bretones. Bretones putting in the cross. It could be dangerous here. And good interception, good defending by Omar Mascarell. As Rayo Majadahonda still have to stay on their toes as Osasuna are pushing forward. Now, very good play here from Giambirigili into Samu Costa. Back to Giambirigili. He's got Muriqi. Muriqi's free here. He slows down the play. Muriqi takes the shot off and he puts it into the back of the net. And Muriqi with his second goal of the match. And Rayo Majadahonda lead 2-0 here at the Sunmoss Stadium. And what a play again from Giambirigili. What an assist. And the build-up play again. It's from Samu Costa and Giambirigili, just like the first goal. And Vedan Muriqi, I'll tell you what, you'd never expect the Pirate to miss that shot. And that's 2 goals for him in the last 5 minutes. There's the play against Samu Costa. He does well to play into Giambirigili. Giambirigili plays a lovely, very well weighted through ball into Vedan Muriqi. And look at the shot there from Vedan Muriqi. Strikes it across into that second post. It's a brilliant shot. And the way he slows down makes Osambela believe he's going to cut in. But then he takes it forward again, Mbappe style. And he just hits it into that second post. And the Pirate strikes again. And that's 8 goals for him now this season. And the Pirate has just been in absolute brilliant form this season. And now a bad pass and Giambirigili cuts it out. Could be another here. Giambirigili is striking forward. He ends up losing it. But Sergi Dede picks it back up. And Rayo Majadahonda are going to restart the play. And what a second half we've had in store for us so far. And I'll tell you what, those 3 players right there, the first goal was a through ball from Samu Costa into Giambirigili. Giambirigili gets the penalty for Muriqi. And then the second goal, it's a through ball from Samu Costa again into Giambirigili. And Giambirigili gives the through ball to Muriqi. I'll tell you what, it's the same formula over and over again. And it's been brilliant from these 3 players. And so now we're just about to approach the 70th minute marker. So Rayo Majadahonda lead 2-0 here at the Sunmar Stadium. 2 goals by the Pirate Vidal Muriqi. But again, Osasuna could still strike at any moment. So they have to stay on it. And I mean, Rayo Majadahonda, they look very, very confident. But they have to stay on it. Good cross there by Munoz. And a good clearance by Samuel Costa. And there he is, Jan Virgili. And he's just been absolutely brilliant, hasn't he? Only 19 years old. And he's an absolute star of this Real Mallorca team. Signed straight from the Barcelona Academy. And he's just been absolutely brilliant this season. He's just absolute wonder kid. Sam Acosta gets taken down there, so it's going to be a free kick with Real Mallorca. And that's 3 assists, I believe, for Jan Virgili already this season. And by the looks of it, Osasuna are going to be making 2 substitutes now. So Budimir is going to be coming off. The main man usually for Osasuna, who's not quite had the chances he'd like today. Raul comes on to replace him. But then Osambela also comes off and Moy comes on to replace him. So that's 2 substitutes made for Osasuna. So just 20 minutes left here before the full-time whistle. And all Rayo Majadahonda really have to do now is just keep that possession. And I'll tell you what. Despite Rayo Majadahonda winning, Osasuna are still going at it. And those players, those 3 players, I just think some players out there today have maybe been a bit missing, a bit low. You know, you look at a bit of the right part. You've got Omar Mascarella, who's been decent. You know, the whole defense has been decent. You've got Mateo Joseph, who's been quiet. Mojica's been good. But then you've just got that certain left part up there, linking up Sam Costa constantly with Jan Virgili, who plays it into Muriqi. And they've just been the main threat in this match, and I think they've been the main star. How brilliant have they been? And that's 8 goals this season for Vidal Muriqi. And he'll be absolutely thrilled with his performance so far. 2 goals in the last 10 minutes for Vidal Muriqi. And he's just been in absolutely rich form. So now Osasuna holding that possession in Rayo Majadahonda's half of the pitch, playing a lot more offensive now, as they do have nothing to lose. Here's Munoz trying to put in the cross. It's very well defended by Pablo Maffeo. Maffeo's going to kick it up, looking for Muriqi, who almost gets his head on it. But it just goes over him. Now Osasuna holding the possession. Trying to take it forward here, playing it down the right hand side. It's Mojica. He gets there first. And Eric Garcia just can't get there on time. Here's Eric Garcia trying to put in the cross. It's blocked by Mojica. The deflection goes out. And it's going to be a corner kick. So now Osasuna puts in the cross. It's cleared by Samu Costa. Gianbrigili picks up the rebound and he could break on the counter-attack. Osasuna end up getting it back and playing it all the way back to Sergio Herrera. Here's Oroz. Osasuna breaking forward down this left-hand side, trying to put in the low cross. It goes right into the hands of Bergstrom, who's not been challenged pretty much at all so far in this match. Again, the defense has just been very brilliant, but I will say this Osasuna side haven't managed to create the danger that I think they would like to. Here's Vera Muriqi. He didn't quite see Sergi Derder there as he was asking for the ball. Now Antonio Sanchez holding it near that corner flag. He plays it back to Mojica. Back to Antonio. It's Samu Costa who turns around. He does very well. Here's Muriqi. Muriqi looking for Samu Costa. Good ball there. It was a good attempt from Muriqi looking for Samu Costa. And again, it's constantly those three players just linking up, trying to find each other. And they've really been the main stars of this match, haven't they? Now Oroz looking for Eric Garcia. Mojica does get there first. And he clears it, but it falls back to Osasuna. Here's Eric Garcia who tries putting in the cross. And it almost falls to Munoz. Luckily for Rayo Majadahonda, it just rolls out of bounds. So now, a bit unnecessary there from Errando, the challenge on Samu Costa. Munoz is going to be coming off for Osasuna, and Barja is going to be coming on to replace him. Bergson takes the goal kick. Sergi Derder ends up keeping it. He plays it into Gianbrigili. What can he do from here? It's Gianbrigili. He's going to cut in. He ends up playing it to Mojica. Mojica tries putting in the cross. No one's there. They head it on forward and it rolls out of bounds. So it's going to be a throw-in for Rayo Majadahonda. There's tennis legend Rafa Nadal watching Rayo Majadahonda play on, and I'm sure he'll be happy he came to this matchup, as it's been quite the second half for Rayo Majadahonda. And Sergi Derder, he does very well to keep the ball, and he kicks it into the Osasuna player to get the corner kick, and you can see Rayo Majadahonda taking their time. So now, Sergi Derder to take the corner kick. Puts in the cross. Can't quite find anyone. Osasuna end up clearing it. And Osasuna could potentially break here. Trying to play a long through ball, but it's good interception by Antonio Rayo. And very good defending. Bergstrom just picks the ball up. And he's not been bad, Bergstrom. This matchup, he's done his job. He's done all he needs to do, but again, he's not exactly been challenged. And I'm sure he's felt quite a lot of pressure. The goalkeeper from Finland, 23 years old, replacing Leo Roman as the main man in net due to Leo Roman's injury. And he's had to step up at a very important stage for Real Mallorca, but so far he's been very good. He did have a very bad start in his first match up against Real Betis, where he conceded 3 goals in the first half. But that wasn't just him that conceded, it was, of course, the whole team. Antonio Rayo does well to keep the ball in play. Trying to play up forward, looking for Muriqi. Muriqi just putting on a bit of pressure. But he does look tired. By the looks of it, Real Mallorca are going to be making 2 more substitutions very soon. And you can just see Real Mallorca, they are keeping up the intensity, but they are just trying to wind the time down as much as they can. So now Sergi Derder is going to be coming off. Pablo Torre will be replacing him. He has had a bit of a quiet match, Sergi Derder. He has been decent, but usually we see more from him. And then Gian Virgili will be coming off and Takuma Asano will be coming on. And Pablo Torre, for me, has been a brilliant player this season, especially at the start. Starting every matchup, he's being good, but just looks like, I think, Jacobo Arrasate may be losing a bit of confidence in him, as he's been sitting on the bench for quite a few games now, not playing that many minutes as he would like to. But I think he is a brilliant player. So now Osasuna driving forward. Samu Costa commits the tackle. Good tackle from Samu Costa. But the referee decided not and awarded the yellow card. We'll have to take a look at the replay. For me, I thought it was a brilliant challenge. Muriqi telling him to not protest. We'll take a look. Brilliant tackle. I'm not quite sure how the referees awarded that. Maybe. I think it's a good tackle. He gets the ball. Maybe for the way he lunged in, but it's definitely, a free kick I can understand, but a yellow card, I think it's a bad decision from the referee there. So now Eddie Garcia steps up to take the free kick, and he slots it into the back of the net. And what a free kick that was there from Osasuna. And it's 2-1 here now at the Sanma Stadium, and Real Mallorca could have proper trouble. So Raul, the player who's come on from the bench, hits it into that bottom left corner. It's a good free kick. Not much Bergson can do there, to be fair. You can't quite see anything. There's so many players in the way. It's a good free kick. Brilliant free kick there from Raul. What a shot. And now Real Mallorca need to stay on their toes, as Osasuna still have 7 minutes left to play, plus extra time. And I just think it was a bad decision from the referee, that free kick that was awarded. And it cost Real Mallorca a goal. So now Vedat Muriqi ends up getting taken down. He just hits Vedat Muriqi. His elbow, he just hits his head. Errando. So just about 6 minutes left here now. And again, it was a brilliant free kick that from Raul. What a shot. Now putting in the cross, looking for Antonio Rayo. He does get his head on it. He claims handball. But the referee signals to say no good. And now Osasuna in possession. Doesn't look like there's any handball on that. Looking at the replay. Well defended by Samu Costa. Look at the way he gets there every time. And what a player he is. And now Samu Costa's gone down by the looks of it. And there's going to be a yellow card awarded. As Aymar, he just commits the foul. I didn't quite see what happened. It's not Samu Costa, it's Omar Mescarey who was on the ground. Taking a look at the replay, Samu Costa, he does well to get there. Then it's just Omar Mescarey. He gets the ball back and Aymar just shoves him from behind. Picks up a yellow card. So now Osasuna trying to play it forward. The ball goes out from the deflection. It's going to be a throw-in for Real Mallorca. And now a yellow card awarded to the Osasuna manager, Alessio Lisi. Just 4 minutes left to go here now. And anything could definitely still happen. Also a substitution for Osasuna. I didn't even notice Moncayola coming off and Cruz coming on. It is going to be a throw-in for Real Mallorca. It's Pablo Torre. He gives it back to Maffeo. Maffeo gets taken down. Referee claims no foul. Good tackle there from Pablo Torre. So now Osasuna have to throw in. It didn't end up being a foul by Antonio Sanchez. They take it quickly and they drive forward. 3 minutes left here to go plus extra time. Can Real Mallorca hold on to this lead? Good tackle there from Antonio Sanchez, but the referee awards the free kick. And they take it quickly. Osasuna driving forward, but those Real Mallorca midfielders and defenders. Bergstrom leaping up to get his hands on it. And what catch that is there from Bergstrom. Very good from him to come off of his line there. He comes very far out as well. He just leaps up. Look how tall and big he is. And he just gets there. Very well from Bergstrom. Muriqi trying to head the ball forward. It almost falls to Takuma Asano. Trying to pass it forward. And it goes out of bounds for Osasuna. And Real Mallorca have to throw in. And they'll most certainly take their time. It's Mojica. into Samu Costa, who kicks it up forward. Muriqi heading on forward. It falls to Takuma. Takuma could have a chance here. Boyomo gets there on time. Takuma almost gets it back. What a chance that was there for Takuma Asano. He just couldn't make the most of it. Now here's Osasuna on the other hand, trying to put in the cross. It's cleared. Pablo Maffeo heading it out. It's Osasuna on this left hand side, trying to put in the cross. Cleared again. Good clearance there from Omar Mascareño. It's going to be a corner. There's nothing on that by the looks of it. So it's going to be a corner kick here for Osasuna with 1 minute left to go. And we still don't know how many minutes added on. And the cross falls in. Luckily, nothing comes from it. Pablo Torre tries clearing it. It goes all the way back to Sergio Herrera. And Osasuna constantly pressing to try and get that equalizer. Playing it out wide. Trying to cut in. Osasuna putting in the cross into the second post. It was headed back, looking for someone to get the finish, but luckily Pablo Torre was there first. Kicking it on forward, it falls to Sergio Herrera. 6 minutes have been added on. Quite surprised about 6 minutes. It's a long time for Rayo Mallorca, but they're going to have to keep on holding on. Trying to put in the cross. Osasuna could potentially get the shot off. It's blocked again. And Rayo Mallorca holding on very well so far. The deflection, it goes out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for Osasuna. By the looks of it, they're going to put it in the box. Muriqi getting his head on it first. Putting in the cross again. And it goes into the back of the net. But the referee's hand is up. Boyomo with the bicycle kick finish, but I'm not quite sure if it's going to stand or not. Let's take a look at the replay here. I'll take a look at what happened. The cross goes in. It's not offside there. And then Boyomo gets the finish. And I'm not quite sure what's wrong with that goal. It's a good finish from Boyomo. It gets Mojica away from him. I'm not sure if the goal is going to stand or not. But I don't see why it wouldn't stand, if I'm being honest. It's not offside, and it doesn't look like a foul to me. And the goal is going to stand for Osasuna. And Osasuna have managed to equalize in the 92nd minute. And it's a lovely goal from Boyomo, who last time out also equalized in the 90th minute against Rayo Mallorca. And I just can't quite believe that Rayo Mallorca have let Osasuna come back and get the... I mean, they were winning 2-0. They were winning 2-0. And they've let Osasuna come back. I just can't quite believe it. What a shame this is here. And now Antonio Sanchez trying to get the ball back and puts it into the cross. And what chance that was there for Takuma Asano. What a chance that was there for Takuma. And again, I just can't quite believe Real Madrid have let Osasuna come back. I really can't. And again, I still think that first goal, I still can't quite believe that the referee awarded that foul. And it cost Real Madrid the first goal, and I think it's a bad call by the referee. Now Muriqi trying to head on forward. Here's Mojica. Mojica's going to put in the cross. Looking for Samuel Costa, who gets the shot off. And another chance for Real Madrid, but he sends it over the crossbar. And I can't believe what those fans must be thinking. And I mean, Real Madrid let Osasuna come back within the last 12 minutes of the match. I just can't quite believe it, how well everything was going in that second half. And it's obviously not offside. There's just not enough on it to be a foul. It's a good goal. But again, the first goal for me was just... the foul was never a foul. Now Real Madrid clearing it. It's going to be a corner kick for Osasuna. So now Eric Garcia to put in the corner kick for Osasuna. And Real Madrid clear it. Osasuna taking the shot off. It's nowhere near. And now we've hit the 96th minute marker. And by the looks of it, most likely that was the last chance of the match. Bergson takes the goal kick. It goes out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for Osasuna. They take the throw-in to Sergio Herrera, who kicks it up. It's Pablo Maffeo. He's going to boot up forward looking for Muriqi. And Sergio Herrera comes off his line. He clears it. Antonio Sanchez, he takes the throw in quickly to Samuel Costa. He tries putting in. Falls to Takuma. Takuma gets taken down. But the referee says nothing. And again, that's the second or third chance for Takuma. And he needs to be making the most in these decisive moments. He's had 2 or 3 chances. He just can't make the most of them. It's a lovely goal from Boyomo. The second goal, I will say. Mojica just needs to be grabbing his man. What a finish from Boyomo. It's a lovely turn and a lovely finish. You can't deny it. And now we're about to hit the 98th minute. The referee still letting the play continue. Here's Mojica. Mojica's going to take it forward. He ends up losing it. Now Osasuna have it. Osasuna trying to play it forward. Bergstrom picks it up. And that is the full-time whistle here at the Salmosh Stadium. And to say the least, a disappointing result. I mean, it's just hard to describe. You know, they went 2-0 up. There was only about 12 minutes left to go before the end of the match, and they've somehow conceded 2 goals to the Osasuna side, who just weren't creating any danger whatsoever for them offensively. They've just let it slip. I mean, at least, yes, they do have a point. It's important, but that, without a doubt, should have been a win, and it's just unacceptable, I think, from this Rayo Majadahonda squad. And I mean, what a shame, because they were playing so well. They were very, very playing well, you know, especially Samu Costa, Gianbrigili and Muriki. The 3 of those players linking up constantly. They created the 2 goals themselves, those 3 players constantly linking up. And I mean, the first goal and the second goal was the same formula. Samu Costa playing into Gianbrigili and Gianbrigili into Muriki. It was brilliant. And I mean, all of a sudden they just conceded that first goal, which, to be fair, I mean, it's a brilliant free kick. But first of all, I will say, for me, I mean, a bit ridiculous from the referee to award that free kick there, because for me that was just never a free kick. Never a free kick. But not only that, Samu Costa, he shouldn't be leaping down, committing a foul, you know, from that far out. You can't really blame Bergstrom. I don't think it's his fault. Yeah, again, I think it's a brilliant shot, that free kick. I mean, there's not much he can do about it. And I mean, just from there on, all they had to do was hold on to Rayo Majadahonda, and again, they just conceded in the 90th. It's an amazing shot, an amazing turn by Boyomo. Mojica needs to be holding his concentration more off defensively. You know, offensively, Mojica's a brilliant player, but I think defensively, he always lacks that little bit. And I think today, out there, you know, it was shown. So again, I mean, a really, really, really disappointing result for Rayo Majadahonda out there today. And I mean, you've got to feel bad, you know, for Murica. I really do feel for him, because he was absolutely brilliant. He scored 2 goals. You know, that's 8 goals for him this season. He's been a striker in absolutely dangerous form. I think that makes him the 2nd maximum goal scorer of the league. So again, I mean, he's just a striker that's in absolutely brilliant form. I mean, the 2nd maximum goal scorer in the LaLiga division at the minute. You know, you've got to feel bad for him. He's already got more goals this season than last season. Last season he got 7 goals. And this season, we're not even halfway through, and he's already got 8. I mean, what striker he is, what striker he's been. So again, it's a shame for him. It's a shame for some of those players who really did play well. Gianbrigili, Samu Costa. The defense, the thing was, it was very good out there today. It was very solid. I mean, Osasuna, they weren't anywhere near creating danger, but they just completely dropped it within those last few minutes. I mean, they just completely lost concentration. They were letting Osasuna attack, especially after they scored the first goal. They were just letting Osasuna constantly attack them, and they weren't doing much about it. Again, it's just, you know, a very disappointing result. And looking at that Osasuna side again, I don't really think there was anyone in there that stood out. And I mean, again, they didn't create danger. They didn't look dangerous. But I will say, Boyomo, he did have a brilliant match. He did defend well. He did give the penalty away, but he did also score that last goal. And I mean, that's a brilliant goal from Boyomo, you have to say. And it's actually funny, he scored in the 90th to get the equalizer, because last time Rayo Majadahonda faced up against Osasuna, it was here at the Summer Stadium, and Boyomo also scored in the 90th minute. So it's almost like deja vu for him. But again, it's a shame that they gave away the result like that. Those were 3 very, very, very important points that they needed to hold on to. I mean, the point is still good, at least. But I mean, that needed to be a win, without a doubt, for Rayo Majadahonda. So, super disappointing, because I think it was all going very well in that second half. Second half was brilliant. It's all going very well. Now we have Vedran Muriqi talking, and I can't even imagine what he's going through. You could just hear in his voice how, disappointed he is. He says he's really sorry as a team. He's sorry to everyone. He says that the league is still long, there's still time to go, and yeah, it's just very disappointing. And I just can't imagine what Vedran Muriqi is going through. I mean, he's a man that's standing out in the squad. 8 goals already this season. What a striker he is. You've just got to feel bad for him. And he's also saying, up until like the 83rd minute, which is when they scored the first goal, they were doing good. They were doing good. So it's a shame. He's also talking about how they should have held the ball more in the last few minutes. They were letting them attack too much. And they just have to, correct their own mistakes. He said the fans were very good. They were with them. And I completely agree with everything he's saying out there today. And just look how disappointed he is. You can see it in his face. Because, you've just got to feel bad for him. And, one thing that the reporter just asked him there, which was a good question, is, scoring 2 goals must give him loads of confidence, but the result must also take away the confidence. And it really is good, but Muriqi is talking about how he only cares about the team. He doesn't care about himself or the confidence. He just wants the team to win. And, it's something you'll have to hear from Muriqi. He also talks about how they value him for his goals, as he is a striker. And that's what he does, and he's very happy. So, again, good words there from Muriqi. You've got to feel bad for him, the disappointment he must feel. It really is a shame losing that way, especially after him scoring 2 goals. And again, that Osasuna side, they weren't dangerous. They didn't do much, but, within those last few minutes, they just let them win. They let them win. So it's a shame. Disappointing result for Rayo Majadahonda out there today. Some of those players absolutely brilliant. Others, I think, the whole team really just lost the concentration in the end. They let Osasuna come back. There were 7 minutes left to go when they were winning 2-0. It's very unacceptable to be letting the result go like that. Again, Samu Costa, Gianbrigida, and Vedran Muriqi, for me, my 3 favourite. Absolutely brilliant. If I have to pick one favourite, I don't really know if I could. It's got to be for Vedran Muriqi for scoring those 2 goals. He stood up, he took the penalty, and the second goal was a brilliant goal from Vedran Muriqi. And yeah, overall, and I also do want to say, I think maybe those bench players, I think only brought on 3 substitutions. Antonio Sanchez was decent. I think Daco Massano, he had like 2 or 3 chances, very dangerous ones in the box, and he didn't make the most of any of them. They all slipped away from him. And it's hard coming on with 10 minutes left to go, but those are decisive moments that you need to be getting right, and he just couldn't manage to get a single one of them right, not even creating a corner or a chance. He needs to be getting that better. And Pablo Torre, he came on, didn't see much from him really either. So again, I think even the bench was maybe missing a bit more of intensity. And yeah, for me, there's not much more to talk about in this result, so I think we're going to end the live stream there. Anyways, we've had highs, we've had lows out here today. Unfortunately, ending off with a big low. It's been very disappointing result. At least a point. Look at the positives. Samu Costa, Gianbrigida, Vedran Muriqi. Brilliant. 10 out of 10 performances. Especially Vedran Muriqi. He's got 8 goals now this season. But again, let's not forget the main thing, which is they let away a 2-0 lead slip with 7 minutes left to go. Unacceptable. Poor result. But yeah. So that is going to be the end of the live stream for me here today. I've been your host for today. My name is Daniel Armstrong. Thank you so much for joining in here at the YouTube Play Red channel. Make sure to tune in I would usually say next week, but they do play Rayo Majadahonda in the Copa del Rey, I believe next Tuesday or Wednesday, and we'll also be commenting that here live on the YouTube Play Red channel, so make sure to tune in for that, and we'll see you then very shortly. So again, thank you so much for tuning in, and make sure to subscribe to the YouTube Play Red channel for pretty much every single match that we will be live streaming on here, post-match, pre-match, and during the match. And make sure to follow us on our socials, especially our English social media pages that I run, yes, me, on the YouTube page, on the Twitter page, all of that. So thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully a better result next week out in the LaLiga division, and have a good rest of the weekend and a good Saturday, everyone. Take care.
Saques de esquina para el Mallorca, 8 de Osasuna, 7 disparos del Mallorca, de los 7 disparos 3 se han marchado fuera y 4 han ido a portería, 14 disparos de Osasuna, 6 han sido bloqueados, 6 se han marchado fuera y 2 han ido a portería, que son los 2 goles prácticamente.
El 100% de eficacia.
El 100% de eficacia.
Entre los 3 palos han terminado en gol.
Eso es. Tema de pases, 420 para el Mallorca, 350 para Osasuna y 10 faltas cometidas para el Mallorca, 15 para Osasuna, 3 amarillas para el Mallorca, 4 para Osasuna. Una de estas amarillas, prácticamente podremos decir que es la última, es la amarilla de Samu Costa, que aquí lo hemos comentado, que a mí no me parecía, ni en directo, a mí no me parecía que es la que ha terminado con la falta y el gol. Samu toca balón, para mí no es falta ni amarilla. No sé, ahora he visto...
Toca balón claramente, cada vez que vemos la repetición. Puede ser que por intensidad la haya querido marcar, pero bueno, al final ha sido falta, ha sido amarilla, que además deja a Samu apercibido y a una tarjeta de no poder jugar el siguiente partido. Y una lástima, porque hasta ese momento el Mallorca lo tenía controlado y probablemente sin esa falta a lo mejor el resultado habría sido otro, pero es el que
es. Sandro, ¿cómo crees que encajará el equipo este empate? Todo, y decir que a lo mejor en otra situación de partido podemos decir que un empate entre Osasuna era un buen punto, pero claro, llegaba como llegaba Osasuna y cómo se ha desenvolupado el partido, no se puede decir que es buen
para
punto.
la gente no era bueno por el hecho de que sabías que si tú ganabas hoy metías 4 puntos mínimo al descenso. Entonces ya le metías esos 4 puntos, era mínimo, entendiendo que el Girona puede perder o tiene que jugar, entonces podías aumentar esa distancia, y sobre todo porque en el minuto 80 ibas ganando 2-0, entonces yo creo que en ese momento es un momento de dolor, pero bueno, tienes que levantarte. Y cuando fuimos a Villarreal hace una semana, yo creo que todo aficionado, incluso mucha gente, se pensaba que el Villarreal, equipo que venía de golear cada semana, que está arriba en la Liga luchando contra Barça y Madrid, que lo está haciendo bien en competición europea, que iba a pasar por encima y nada más lejos de la realidad. Prácticamente se lleva la victoria por 2-1 en 2 errores y en 2 jugadas de fortuna, que si no a lo mejor ni siquiera hubieses puntuado en Villarreal. Entonces ahora ya está, cosas que pasan en el fútbol, aprender de los errores, revisar, trabajar para corregirlos e intentar ganar y sacar esos 3 puntos en un campo como el Tartiere, allí en Oviedo, ante un rival que también es de allá abajo. Entonces es importante conseguir la victoria allí, sobre todo para que el Oviedo no pueda crecerse y para tú mantener ese espacio con el descenso.
Te pregunto, ¿consideras que al Mallorca le encajan tal vez gol muy fácilmente? Porque en el último partido ante el Villarreal, hablamos de que el Villarreal, equipo Champions, que hizo unos cambios muy ofensivos, que era difícil sostener el partido viendo los cambios que hizo Marcelino, cambios de muchísima calidad, artillería arriba, ¿no? Pero claro, tenías el empate a tocar y prácticamente en los últimos minutos también, si no me equivoco, en el minuto 83 marca Tani el 2-1. Hoy ha sido
83,
exacto.
Entonces, pero bueno, todas son las circunstancias. Al final la dinámica es la dinámica que has tenido en algún momento, que te puede condicionar, y luego está también una parte de fortuna, ¿no? El segundo gol contra el Villarreal, vemos a Antonio que la toca, que está a punto de despejar y le cae por 1 milímetro al jugador del Villarreal, así como hoy, después de empatar, la acción de Antonio, se cae a Tecumasano cuando por 1 metro podría haber metido el 3-2.
Sí.
O por un pie, la acción de Boyono
todos dolidos, es difícil asimilar, ¿no? Pero bueno, creo que así es el fútbol. No sé qué ha pasado, la verdad, no te sabría decir. El fútbol es tan sorprendente que, bueno, te puedes poner 2-0 sin tampoco tener muchas ocasiones, como después te puede pasar esto en dos acciones aisladas, una falta que, bueno, no sé si es, pero el árbitro está ahí para eso y bueno, después el saque de banda que al final no puede pasar, ¿no? Dolidos, la verdad.
Es complicado ahora, pero bueno, imagino que a lo largo de la semana, los próximos días, quizá se pueden sacar cosas muy positivas, ¿no? Sobre todo antes de esos 83 minutos, ¿no? Que llega ese 2-1 de Osasuna y a partir de ahí sufrimos.
Bueno, sí, creo que ahora también vienen unos partidos importantes. Es verdad que hemos hecho ciertas cosas bien, pero lo que te digo, tenemos que mirar lo que ha pasado y bueno, creo que viene un mes importante en el que tenemos que ser conscientes de que tenemos que ir a full, no podemos relajarnos ni un segundo nosotros. Y bueno, es una pena pedir disculpas a la afición, hablar también mañana, bueno, el que ha pasado, ¿no? Intentar corregir las cosas y seguir. Al final es lo que he dicho, vienen partidos importantes y tenemos que tener la cabeza arriba.
Pablo, gracias.
Vale.
Hablar de Pablo Torre, el protagonista que tocado después del partido. No sé si Yuki está con algunos aficionados. Antes de ir con Pablo, tenía algunos a una familia. No sé si está con algunos protagonistas o no, Yuk. Porque debe quedar ya casi prácticamente nadie ahí en los... Sí, vamos, Yuk.
Sí, aquí segueix com aquesta... Exacte, sí, no, quasi ja no queda ningú, s'ha buidat bastant aviat i estic amb aquesta família que, bueno, tenen un poc cares llargues, he de dir, a veure com ha anat aquest partit.
Bé, dividiria el partit en tres parts. La primera part, sense molta acció, un poc avorrida, no molt de tir. El més entretengut, entre cometes, ha estat la baralla entre Mateo Joseph, Mafeo estic aparejat amb el Sergio Herrera. I bé, i molta polèmica amb el porter. Després, dividiria també la primera part de la segona part, que ha estat superbé al Mallorca, molt ràpid, els extrems, el Jan Vigí i en Mateo Joseph, en Muriqui molt bé, el nostre killer, i després, quan ha fet un parell de canvis, el partit s'ha anat a baix, i bé, el punt mos sap a poc, però alguna cosa és alguna cosa.
Jolín, però...
Lástima, por favor, que no se corte, a ver si podemos volver a retomar la conexión, porque este chaval estaba haciendo un análisis del partido espectacular, ¿eh?
Y
espectacular.
Y que hemos visto por detrás, ¿vale?
Sí, hemos visto por detrás al aficionado del Sporting.
Que le compraba el 2-1 yo, ¿eh?
Sí, sí que es verdad que él había dicho que su porra del partido era 2-1. En un momento hemos estado cerquita del 2-1, pero al final se ha terminado 2-2 por lástima. Y la verdad que bueno, tocados los jugadores, iba a decir, el análisis de este chaval que ha sido buenísimo, porque la primera parte ha sido una primera parte donde no ha pasado absolutamente nada, los dos equipos muy bien plantados en sus áreas, muy bien plantados en sus terrenos del juego. Prácticamente el Mallorca disparando una vez a portería, muy poca cosa, pero es verdad que la segunda parte el Mallorca ha empezado mucho mejor, con los dos zarpazos luego de Vedat Muriqui, y ya con eso yo creo que el momento clave ha sido el gol de falta de Osasuna. Y yo te pregunto, Sandro, te quería preguntar, una vez he visto a Pablo Torre, el equipo después de ese empate, ¿no? Porque veía que tenía la victoria en sus manos, después de ver cómo se ha girado, que decía Pablo Torre, ¿no? Que no entendemos qué ha pasado. ¿Crees que el equipo le va a afectar a raíz para los próximos partidos? Porque claro, veníamos de una inercia muy buena, ganando aquí a Getafe con portería cero, ante Villarreal haciendo una exhibición grandísima de fútbol, y llega hoy y justamente te encuentras el empate con un 2-0 a tu favor.
No, pero al final has demostrado que vuelves a marcar, que lo que decíamos, había marcado 13 goles, ahora has marcado 15, ya has más goles que jornadas, entonces sales a más de un gol por partido, creo que eso es importante para el equipo, que lleves más de un gol por partido a favor. Ahora hay que corregir
sexto en Liga con 21 puntos. Partido trampa, ¿no? Ante
Siempre son partidos
Numancia.
trampa porque primero tienes que dar aire y oxígeno, sobre todo a los jugadores que han jugado más minutos y que aparte vas a volver a jugar en 3 días porque vas a jugar en Oviedo. Entonces prácticamente no hay descanso. Juegas martes, juegas viernes. A veces el calendario es así caprichoso y necesitas recuperar bien, necesitas que los jugadores. Entonces ya vas a tener que hacer cambios. Ahí es donde también los jugadores que tengan menos minutos, los más habituales son los que vayan a jugar, tienen que demostrar también su capacidad, su nivel, su talento, que estar preparados, demostrar que pueden jugar y a partir de ahí llegar todos en la mejor condición posible y de la mejor forma al partido del Oviedo.
Sandro, tú lo has dicho, jugadores que tengan menos minutos, ¿no? Les va bien el partido de Copa, lo vimos ya en el primer partido que jugó el Mallorca en Copa, que los jugadores que a lo mejor no son tan habituales, ¿no? Ahí pudieron tener unos cuantos minutos más. El martes volverán a tener la oportunidad de estos jugadores. Jugadores que hablamos de confianza. ¿Cómo es el fútbol, no? Cuando un jugador tiene confianza como Vedat Muriqui en la acción del 2-0, muy escorado a la derecha, parecía que se le habían cerrado todas las puertas del gol, termina marcando, lo prueba, al final cuando tienes confianza y te salen las cosas, ahí llega el gol. ¿Crees que le falta un poco lo mismo a